Eating healthy foods is something that can positively impact your mind and body in many ways. One key reason that people avoid eating healthy is because they need to make their own food. But in reality, making healthy foods can be very simple. In this video, we will see a step-by-step version of how to make a few easy meals that we all make often. In part 1 of this video, we go over how healthy eating impacts your body, the problems that come with unhealthy eating, and a 7-day meal plan with a budget to show you that you do not have to spend a lot of money to eat healthy. First, it is important to talk about food safety. The first step you should take is to clean your countertops. This ensures that no germs can spread to your food. There is also possible contamination when working with different types of raw meat, so it is important to clean both before and after handling it. After cleaning the countertops, you should wash your hands thoroughly. As many of us have heard lately, the best way to wash your hands is with soap and water for at least 30 seconds. To do this, I normally sing the alphabet in my head. The first recipe we will discuss is an easy and cheap way to make oat milk. Many people are lactose intolerant, and milk alternatives can become pricey when added on top of all the other food you need to buy in a week. This can be resolved by making your own. All you will need is 1 cup of rolled oats and 4 cups of water. Optional ingredients include a pinch of salt, a whole pitted date for sweetness, a tablespoon of maple syrup for sweetness, a half cup of cocoa powder for chocolate oat milk, or a fourth a cup of berries for berry oat milk. This oat milk lasts up to 5 days and should be refrigerated. There are 2 steps. First, you add everything into a blender and blend for about a minute. Second, you strain the liquid into a container and put it into the refrigerator. A quick tip on how to save even more money while making this is to use a clean towel or shirt to strain the particles out of the liquid. People even say that they like using that method more than traditional strainers because it gets more of it out. For my recipe, I will be making peanut butter and banana toast. This is a recipe that I eat many times in a week because I am vegetarian. It is a simple recipe, but the items on it give lots of things that create a healthy meal. Whole wheat toast keeps you full for a long time and gives you the carbs you need to have energy. Peanut butter gives you protein, which helps you build and repair muscle tissue. Lastly, bananas have a lot of potassium. People who get their daily recommended amount of potassium are 27% less likely to have heart disease. One thing that I really enjoy about this classic meal is that most families have bread and peanut butter in their homes. It's an easy way to incorporate things that you already have. An easy way to make them healthier is to choose whole wheat or whole grain bread and the natural peanut butter. There are 3 main steps to making peanut butter banana toast. First, you start by putting your bread in the toaster. While your bread is toasting, slice some bananas to whatever thickness seems best. A fun thing you can do to make this meal a little more interesting is to cut the bananas slices into different shapes. When the bread is done toasting, take it out and spread 1 to 3 tablespoons of peanut butter on it. From there, you simply place the bananas on the bread and you are done. This is a simple and healthy meal that is easy enough to involve everyone in the family. As you can see from the finished result, I like to eat my peanut butter and banana toast with a glass of chocolate oat milk.
Hi, I'm Madison and I'm here to show you how to make healthier fish sticks. It only takes about an hour to make and I suggest peas as a side. Let's get started. Our ingredients include tilapia or fish of choice, panko breadcrumbs, flour, 2 eggs, seasoning. Here I use salt, black pepper, paprika, and red pepper, but you can use whatever you would like, and the canned peas. I also laid out some things that you may need, like a sheet for baking, spray to keep them from sticking. I also have a saucepan and oils that you may choose from to fry them, but the healthier option is baking. Start by putting flour into a bowl and then add your seasoning into this bowl as well. I just estimated the amount I wanted into the dry mix, and then I'll mix them all together. At the store, you can buy seasoned breadcrumbs in flavors like Italian or Parmesan, but I found that the plain was actually cheaper and that I can actually flavor it to my taste, so I thought it would be a better idea. Then you can take your 2 eggs and crack them. Add them into a separate bowl and whisk them together. After this, you will take your 3rd bowl and add breadcrumbs. Then, after letting your fish thaw, cut the fish into slices. You can cut them to make them however long, short, thin, or thick that you would like. For a family of 4, I suggest having around 4 fillets. One for me made around 6 sticks, and it's okay to have leftovers too. The next step will be breading your fish sticks. During that time, you can also start cooking your side. I suggested peas, but you can choose whichever vegetable and or fruit that you would like. While this may look like hard work, it's really not that bad. And these fish sticks will turn out better than frozen ones that you buy at the store. And it's really not that much pricier. After you finish slicing your fish into the sticks, set up your 3 bowls in the order of the flour and seasoning, whisked eggs, and breadcrumbs. Start by placing 1 stick into the flour mixture. Make sure the entire fish stick is covered in the flour. Then move to the next bowl and place the stick into the eggs and cover it. This helps the breadcrumbs stick and make them have a crunchy breading. Then finally place the stick into the breadcrumbs and cover them completely. Lay the sticks onto a pan or plate and wait for the next step. Once you're finished with all the sticks, you can place them onto a pan laid out evenly for you to bake. Or you can wait and heat up your oil for your pan that you will be frying them in. Like I said before, the healthier option here is to bake them. If you go for the baking option, I would spray the sheet pan before laying the fish sticks on it. This will prevent it from sticking. Also, if you are planning on frying, I would turn on the stovetop before so that your oil can get hot and the fish will be ready to cook. If you are baking the fish sticks, set the oven to 450 degrees and bake the fish sticks for 15 to 25 minutes or until golden brown. If you choose to fry, turn the stovetop on and add oil to the pan. Again, cook these until golden brown. This is what they looked like after baking. I had my sister try them, and I got a thumbs up. They are delicious.
Okay, today I'm going to be making grilled chicken breast and rice. First, you need your chicken, and then we got some chicken rice. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to start by unthawing a couple pieces of chicken. You can either put it in hot water or you can leave it out for a couple hours. I just got off work, so we're going to go with the putting it in hot water. Okay, so I got my bowl of hot water. I'm going to start by putting just a couple chicken breasts in the hot water. Just put enough for, you know, yourself or your family, however, you know. So we're gonna leave that in there for a couple minutes. What I usually do is when my water gets cold, I pour it out and I put in more hot water, so that way the chicken would unthaw faster, so it won't just be sitting in cold water, because that won't do us no justice. So while our chicken is unthawing, we are going to start boiling our water for our rice. You can either, you know, read the instructions on the back if you like don't have any idea how to cook it at all, or you can just eyeball it, no big deal. So I'm used to cooking, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay, so right now I just have water in the pot. I put like this much in there, so not too much, not too little. So far all we did was start our process of unthawing our chicken and boiling water for our rice. So right now there's not too much you have to worry about, so you can go by and watch TV and do chores for a little bit. Just come back in like a couple minutes, make sure your water isn't boiling out, or, you know, it's not too high. But other than that, you're good to go on about your day for a little while. As I'm thawing, we're going to be setting our oven or your grill to 350 exactly. So now that our chicken is unthawed, the next step is seasoning it and prepping it to get on the grill. So we're going to be using seasoning salt all over. Flip it over and season that side. And with the Cajun spice, you just want to add a little dash. Don't want to put too much and have like a strong, you know, taste to it. So you just add a little sprinkle on each side. And that should be good. Now that we're finished seasoning and prepping our chicken, we're going to just sit it on the grill and let it cook. Now that our water is boiling, we're just going to take the rice and pour it in the water. I like to stir mine up a bit to make sure the seasoning gets throughout all of the rice and not just a little. And then you also need the lid so the steam can help it cook a little faster. And yeah, you can go by and watch a little TV. Make sure you keep a close eye out on your chicken, and you should be good to go. So while cooking the rice, you want to make sure you stir it so it won't stick to the bottom throughout the process of cooking it. You can add a little butter in there if you want. You don't necessarily have to. Finish, just sit the lid back on there and let it finish cooking. You want to make sure you check on your chicken every couple minutes and make sure you flip it. And if the chicken breasts are too big or too large and you're not sure if they're finished, you can cut them in the middle like this way to make sure they're cooked all the way in the middle. You see how I did this one? Let it cook throughout the middle. And once you're all finished, and there you have your grilled chicken and your rice. This is a step closer to your healthy journey.
Here I will be making a breakfast eggs in a basket. The good thing about this item is that it takes 3 easy ingredients: bread, eggs, and butter. Free butter, but dairy-free butter is definitely an option when it comes to this recipe. First, take your bread and lay it onto a plate. Then you will take a small glass and press the top of it into the bread to cut out the circular shape. Now, you will take the indentation and pull the center of the bread out to get your complete circle. Now carefully spread an even amount of butter or dairy-free butter on each side of the bread to keep it from burning in the skillet. Now I turn my burner on to a lower setting so that I don't cook my egg too fast and so it gets done all the way through. Then I will lay my piece of buttered bread into the skillet. Then I will put my cracked egg into the center of the bread to look something like this. Now, keep flipping the egg until you believe that it is done and that the toast is to the toastiness that you like. Eggs include different vitamins and proteins that are important for your intake. Eggs help to improve eyesight, and they are considered to be a good cholesterol, which helps keep your heart healthy. These were just a few ideas of recipes that we thought were super simple and easy for anyone to learn how to make. Each of these recipes includes a small amount of ingredients, but most of the ingredients themselves are very healthy. Even looking at different brands or different types of each ingredient may also help with how healthy each item may be.
If the breakfast meals we provided are something you do not like, here is another healthy breakfast idea. Oatmeal. Oatmeal is very quick and easy to make. Any type of topping can be added, such as fruit, nuts, peanut butter, honey, cinnamon, and so on. It can be made however you want, which is why it's a good option for everyone. Oats have a lot of health benefits. Oats are one of the healthiest whole grains. They are a good source of vitamins, fiber, antioxidants, and minerals. Oats can also help with weight loss, lowering blood sugar, and reducing heart disease. Here I provided a breakdown of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidant plant compounds in just a half a cup of oats. Seeing these fairly high percentages of recommended dietary intake in this small meal shows just how healthy oatmeal can be. As we all have heard before, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It gives us cognitive function. When we eat breakfast, our glucose levels in our body are restored, and this is needed for brain function. That then helps us with memory and concentration. Breakfast provides us with energy to get through the day, along with long-term health benefits like reducing our chance of obesity, high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. A lot of people tend to skip breakfast, but these benefits should make us think twice about doing so. It is one of the quickest and easiest meals to make, along with even being the cheapest. So why not make the time for a delicious and healthy breakfast?
We would like to thank each and every person who has taken time to watch both Part 1 and Part 2. We hope you have enjoyed our overall ideas on how to live a somewhat healthy lifestyle. Overall, our goal was to create a meal plan for a family of 4 with a dairy allergy, while also being in the budget of $165. This is important because it allows many families to eat for much cheaper than they would usually expect.
Eating healthy does not necessarily have to break the bank, but it is important to keep things cheap.